Yeah. What does Steve know about that?
What does Steve know about this?
Okay, you sound like you know you're talking about Mike, and plus we got Steve here to back you up. So I'm gonna
criticize you.
Or criticize. Okay, here we are, the Bald Noggins Expat Show once again with more fabulous information on where to live in Italy with just if you have a few coins in your pocket.
Right.
That easy.
Right.
So we got Expat Steve, the traveler who's been living in Italy for several years. And once again, Mike is with us. He wants to buy a house there, but hasn't pulled the trigger.
Hasn't had enough money.
He's very fussy. He just can't find the right house.
Just so fussy. That was my nickname when I was a kid. Old. Fussy. Fussy Mike. So there's some really interesting, once you start digging into the programs that are around in Italy. So that one place, Presiche Acquariche,
yes,
they're not taking any more applications for that. So that's kind of done. So folks, if you didn't jump on that, you messed up. All right.
Yeah.
You blew it. But there are other options for you. Sardinia, which is an amazing island. And actually, if you're interested in maybe trekking over to Spain, you're right in the middle of the Aegean Sea there. The island's kind of equidistant from Italy to Spain. So you'd be in a good place to jump to Spain or go back to Italy. You can take your pick. So it's very cool. Ancient history, settled by the Phoenicians originally and something BC, a lot of information I got to give away here for free. But anyway, it's just a fascinating place. They've got some ruins on it. They've got a big city down in the south, on the south end of the island. So, it's pretty cool.
So you were talking about Frigole.
Yes.
Before we start.
So I found, down in the Puglia region, you've got Brindisi a little bit farther north, and then you've got Lecce, and then, right. And then if you zoom out, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from, was it Slovenia or Albania, right across the way. Yeah. And then you've got Corfu, which I'm sure is, a little bit, it's across the Adriatic there.
And that's Greek.
Yes, that's Corfu, the Greek island of Corfu, but that's very cool. So you're kind of in a very cool area and real close to Frigole. There it is on the map. There's an ancient seaport that's got some ruins real close, just a little bit south of that. There's some really, there you go. Oh man, we are advancing. Technology is taking hold here. So you've got here at Frigole, you've got some really quaint, I use that term loosely, but they're very clean little apartments for like 50 to 60,000.
Rehabbed.
No, not rehab. They're newer buildings. They look intact. One of them has a new kitchen. The one for 60,000 euro that I looked at had a newer kitchen. But they're basic, a bathroom, 2 bedrooms, and a kitchen kind of a thing. Okay. But then they have a little bit nice outdoor terrace kind of a place, or not terrace, but an outdoor area that you can sit. You don't see a lot of windows down here. It can get pretty warm in the summer. About the average mean through the summer is in the 90s through the summer. Probably the best time to be there would be in the fall, I would imagine. Kind of like Ischia, you got that nice warm weather through the fall. And then like through the winter, you can have up into the high 60s down into the 40s. They've got their very, the very highs and the very lows, which you can kind of look at, but I don't know if it'll help you very much. So yeah, pretty cool. Another cool area. I really want to go down. I've been down years ago. I was down in that area during the winter time, but just very, pretty cool. Just a beautiful region. And look at Steve, where Steve is gorgeous.
There you go.
What's that like? Here's a home for sale in Frigole.
What?
I just pulled it up just now.
That's the one. That's one of the ones I looked at, and that's another one that's very close to the beach. It's just maybe a few hundred meters down this road, and the beach is right there. This place looked a little bit funkier. I mean, it would take some paint, but I don't know. It doesn't really say much about it. I don't know if there's any repair work of any, but you can tell it needs some work.
There's an interior. It's got. Let me go. It's got a lot of furniture piled up. You just straighten that out.
You gotta love that furniture piled up. So that's the thing.
I like how they set up for pictures specifically.
Yeah, I know.
Incredible.
It's all about staging. It's all about staging.
Presentation is key. I want to live in that room.
That's right. Or at least sleep in it. So yeah, but this was one of the little places. But I think if you go there for a month.
That looks exactly like my kitchen in Guardia.
Yeah, I mean that's the little, stackable unit kitchen. That was like that one we were looking at, Steve, right next to it. The place right next to it, the exact same thing.
Yep.
So this is very common in smaller kitchens. And here's the thing: if you're going there, you're not going to sit in your house and stare at the walls. You're going to walk on the beaches, enjoy the weather, and depending on if you're living there full year round. I mean, the weather down that far south is pretty nice, so.
And if it's anything like where our house is, the cost of living is significantly less expensive.
Right.
Where we were last year, I'd say on average is about 70% cheaper than here. I mean, we would go to the grocery store, 3 to 4 bags, like bags of groceries, full bags of groceries, maybe 40 euros. And the dollar and the euro are almost equal, and as I was saying before, internet is $15 a month. My phone was $5 a month for unlimited calls, internet. Electricity gets expensive, but that's a relative statement.
The thing that I really liked was when we were there with you, and you said, "Let's go get some wine." And the pumps for the wine, they had like gas pump looking handles with the pump thing, and you'd have your plastic container. Oh, there you go.
This one is for rent. And
there you go. $600 a month. Come on.
600. That's what. Yeah, $700 a month. That's not bad for a 4-bedroom, right on the beach.
4 rooms.
Or 4 rooms. I guess you could put a bed in each one.
There you go.
Sleep on the floor in the living room. Rent the other 3 out. You got a commune.
But there's a bedroom. I think. There's another bedroom.
What?
And there's a bathroom.
Looks
got
functional.
Everything you need still in it from the last person that stayed there. I love it.
So true. So
you don't have to bring anything. You just walk right in.
Rinse that toothbrush off and go to town.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, it looks like it's a 2-bedroom, sleeps 3 comfortably.
Yeah.
Still very open. Look at that. You got the
this is the kind of thing that to me is very appealing. To go someplace, to be able to stay for a little bit longer, and you get to get a feel of the place. Go have your coffee in the morning somewhere. It looks like they have an upstairs. I don't know. Do they have a terrace? Did they show a terrace?
I thought that. Back one more, Chris.
Terrazzo or whatever. Okay, it's all in English. I don't have to translate
the
English.
Mezzanine without a lift. So yes, it has a stair, so it has a second floor.
Well,
probably a roof. You saw something that looked like a garden area.
Yeah, there was something there.
Or maybe I was hallucinating.
There's a long hallway. There's a layout, a blueprint. So there's a garden area, and there is a second floor, which looks like it's 1 bedroom, maybe, or 1 room. I wouldn't say bedroom, but anyway, I don't know. For say $700 a month, for a house that size, that's a good price. It'd be right on the beach. You know,
Yeah.
that's really.
And it does say it's on the beach.
Well, it's in that little town of Frigole, so I mean, it's probably a few blocks. You know, maybe. I don't know exactly.
The town itself is very close to the water. I mean, obviously it has a little bit of area to it, but it looks very close down by the water. But look at, this whole thing with Italy is a very common problem right now. There are probably thousands of small towns that are going through this depopulation as people want to move where there's jobs, or for whatever reason, maybe they just get old and die and their kids are gone and nobody wants to go back there. So this is a common problem on Sardinia, all throughout southern Italy. But if you've got a spirit of adventure and you want to do something different, and I mean, I don't know, it sounds how do you like my wife's reading glasses? I couldn't find mine this morning. They're pretty snazzy. So there's just tons and tons of towns from far up by Tuscany down to Sicily, Sardinia. I don't know about like the smaller islands, like off the coast of Naples. And I think Corsica is owned by France, isn't it? Yeah, anyway. But anyway,
contact the French. They might have something for you.
The French might have something for you. They give you some francs. Hey, I hear you got some francs here. But anyway, yeah, just a lot going on there. I think if you really had a spirit adventure, wanted to go check it out.
And having lived in Italy for several years, the beaches are awesome. I mean, obviously, Steve was telling us last time about some rocky beaches, which, all right. But you get a little skiff, get a little boat, do some fishing.
You get the beach shoes.
Yeah.
The little slip-on things, you wear them in the water.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
the water is wonderful. I mean, it just seems so warm and not too many shark attacks. You don't hear
hardly
about
any.
That
you don't hear about them because usually the sharks eat
survivors. There's no survivors.
Just don't hear about it.
They eat the people when no one's looking. They say, "Hey, what happened to that guy?" I don't know. He just never came back. Went out for a swim.
But that's a draw in itself. Is just the life on the beach and the historic district, an old ancient rundown town. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, here's the thing.
Romantic.
Once you dig into looking into these different places, you'll type in, places, that they'll pay you to live in Italy. I mean, you'll get 20 or 30 different sources. Some of the articles are dated, so you'll really want to check into when the article was written and if the program is still going. If you do happen to go there, you'll have to go to the towns and get information in some of these towns. Like they said in Sardinia, you'll have to go there and you'll have to apply there, and there's paperwork involved in proving you have to live there. It has to be your primary residence. So there's different things that they want, different qualifications you have to fill. So you'll have to find that out from place to place. I know we talked about this earlier. They have a new residency, a citizenship thing or residency permit that allows you to live if you're a remote worker, because they really want to draw in people that have an income that isn't dependent on working in Italy. They don't necessarily want competition for the people working in Italy.
And I believe it's called a digital visa or something.
Digital something like that. Yeah, we'll have to look back into that, but it's something like that. And I think you apply for a year at a time, if I'm not mistaken, and I often am. So check all those.
You think we'd research that kind of stuff for the show?
You think we would? I mean, I was all into it yesterday. I was all ready to go yesterday. But nope.
But nobody showed up.
Nobody else showed up. So anyway, but it's just, after, I'm really going to try to get back to Italy this year and maybe take the train out of Rome and just head down to Brindisi or Lecce area and just check it out. It'd be fun. But we'll see.
Well, Steve's going to be our man on the ground.
Well, I'm just saying, when we were there last September, I rented a car. I think I told you that, for 2 weeks, for 14 days. and I think it was $159. This time we're renting a car Monday to Tuesday. So that's 8 or 9 days. I don't know which it is. It's now has gone up to $156. And that's with the complete coverage insurance.
Wow.
Yeah.
So traveling by train, you know, especially to get to these little towns, if you don't have a car,
it's expensive.
No, I mean it gets expensive, but then you have no way to get around. Then you're
You're stuck in the mud.
They don't have Uber down there, you know, except maybe in Lecce they do.
Yeah, I'm sure some of the towns they would.
You know, once you get into the little town, you know, you got to go find room.
Yeah, and then getting to those little towns, it's probably going to be a hassle too. So it's like everything, I'm sure.
But what did we just bought tickets? Actually, it wasn't bad. One way per person, Rome to Milan, I think was 50 euros. But still, we spent more on trains, double than we did for renting the car.
I remember when we went down to what was it, Benevento, it wasn't cheap. I mean, it was probably 60, 70 euro for both of us one way. So in that respect, yeah, if you're traveling any distance, you probably want to just get a car and then, you know, doing the whole train thing, I think for most people would be a little intimidating. It's kind of
confusing and frightening.
I mean,
right,
when
Chris?
you're
a little bit.
When you're in the train station and even the Italians don't know what's going on, you know,
getting on the train is easy. Getting off the train, not so much.
What was it, Chris? You got stuck on the train.
The door didn't open. I was going to go visit Steve, and
he was going to go to Lecce whether he needed it or not.
And I'm at the door, you know, because I got all the warnings, you know, hey, make sure you get ready to get off, and blah blah. And I was ready. We were there at the door, and they just kind of did a slow roll through the station. They didn't even. I was like, we're gonna have to drop.
Well, that's how they're populating. That's how they're populating these small towns. You're locked on the train. They don't let you out.
Moving people, whether you like it or not, to different places you're gonna end up living. You're stranded there.
The fun. Oh, those
fun.
Italians.
Those Italians know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
When we were on the train going from where we're going from that little town up by you, Steve, down to Naples, the whole time the alarm's going off in the train car. We're trying to figure out what the weird noise was. But anyway.
Somebody's dragging behind the train.
There was a suitcase lodged under the train, but no one cared.
The fun of it. But yeah, so it's a mixed bag when you get into like looking to move to Italy, and I'm on this expat site on Facebook, which is also a good place to do, sir, if you're interested. And Steve, you and Ann actually found people on Facebook that were living in Guardia, Americans and different.
Yep.
And so that's a good way to do it. You know, search out if you're interested in this kind of thing. There's plenty of stuff to search out and look at, and so
I think everybody needs to go to Frigole.
I wonder if they have Frigole in Frigole.
Frijoles?
Oh, strawberry.
Oh, Frigole
and Frigole.
Okay, well, now that we've confused everybody on that, we are going to close out with a Buon Natale.
With a blessing. Padre, Figlio, Spirito Santo. Amen. There you go.
Amen.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.